Good day everyone, and welcome to the 2015 Can-Am Spyder F3 technical presentation. My name is Danny Davey. I'm the product specialist for Can-Am Spyders. The Spyder F3 is bold with muscular design, offering cruiser riding position for dynamic experience and tailored to suit you and your lifestyle. Let's take a look at the technical features of this presentation. We'll talk about the engine, transmission, fuel system, electrical system, the VSS intervention, brakes, suspension, and steering, body and chassis, the new U-Fit system, the Eco-Crate, which offers fast PDI, and the ease of maintenance of this vehicle. We'll also take a look at the option package and models. The Spyder F3 has a Rotax 1330 ACE 3-cylinder engine with 115 horsepower and 96 foot-pounds of torque. It is liquid-cooled with electronic fuel injection and electronic throttle control. The engine is completely painted due to its visibility. The engine has an undercover on the left-hand side for noise reduction, and the SE6 has a cover for wire and support on the right-hand side. The engine is 95% the same as the 2014 1330 RT engine. The new oil dipstick location is under the right-hand access cover. Simply turn the quarter turn and remove the panel. As for the engine coolant, new radiators, which are 16 millimeters wider than the RT radiators, are built in the front end. They are longitudinally arranged, and the vehicle also uses the same coolant reservoir as the RS, ST, and RT models. The vehicle has a new air intake system. It is rigid mounted on the engine, and it uses the same air filter as the RT. The Spyder F3 has a new tailpipe with a powerful sound, a new O2 sensor location, but the manifold, the main pipe, and the pre-silencer are the same as the RT. Now let's take a look at the transmission details. The SM6 no longer has the clutch assistance with a diaphragm. As for the gearbox ratio, it remains the same as the RT. Gear shift, hydraulic control module, and TCM remain the same also. The Spyder F3 has a new belt tension. It is 775 newtons plus or minus 150. It also has a new rear sprocket and belt for North American models, which allows more torque transmission. The rear sprocket and belt for the international models remain the same as the RT due to regulations. The same front sprocket is used as on the RT for all models. With the bigger sprocket comes a shorter final drive ratio. The North American F3 will have a slightly lower speed for the same gear position and RPM engine speed compared to the Spyder F3 European models or the RT with the 1330 engine. The Spyder F3 also has a new fuel tank, 27 liters or 7.1 gallons. With this new fuel tank comes a new fuel pump. The same fuel pressure delivery is used as on the RT as with its fuel filter. The evaporative parts are also the same but are in different locations. With the new fuel tank, we also have a new fuel tank cap type and location. The ignition switch key is needed to unlock the fuel cap. The fuel cap also integrates a roll-over valve and an overflow tube. With all this put together, this is how it looks inside the frame. Now let's take a look at the electrical system. The Spyder F3 will have a new main harness, a mix of the RT and the RS, and of course a new routing. The fuse box and battery remain in the same location as the RS, ST, and RT vehicles. The main harness also has 3 dedicated 12-volt sources for customer accessories. These will be clearly identified with a sticker, and they are fused on the same 10 amp fuse, which is separate from the rest of the electrical system, so if it blows, it doesn't affect the rest of the vehicle. The Spyder F3 will have the same cluster as the standard RS, but with cruise and eco mode displays. The tail section has a dedicated harness. Integrated harness routing reduces the quantity of tie wraps used. The rear light assembly is completely new, with a backup light in the middle. The tail, brake, and turn signals are integrated in one unit per side for North American models, which means that the rear harness has a turn signal module. For international units, the turn signals are separated from the brake lights, and for Japan models we have a new execution. The front console has a dedicated harness also. Integrated harness routing reduces the quantity of tie wraps used, and of course a new set of front lights. The Spyder F3 also introduces a new vehicle stability system behavior. With its lowered center of gravity, we have less body roll and more lateral acceleration. Suspension calibration maximizes handling without compromising comfort and is tuned specifically to allow smoother VSS control. The A-arms and swing arm surpass stiffness compliance, which improve vehicle response. A stiffer steering system, which is improved steering feedback and perception. And the dynamic power steering calibration is tuned to match the new vehicle dynamics and ergonomics. Let's take a look at a comparison between VSS performance of the current model and the new F3 Spyder. In this chart, you will notice that braking power intervention and engine torque reduction intervention are illustrated. And as we go across the chart, it'll increase in lateral acceleration or G-forces. With the current model, you will notice that the brake being applied and the throttle being cut in the slight intervention is fairly short, as with the aggressive intervention. So the vehicle, it doesn't take too long for it to intervene aggressively. As with the F3, you will notice the change is with the brakes being applied a bit earlier, but a lot smoother, and this is seamless driving, and the driver doesn't realize that the brakes are being applied. And at the same time, your throttle is not being reduced. Therefore, when you're in a curve, you can continue to accelerate or hold your same speed and push through a curve. If the vehicle is pushed to higher limits, then the intervention, the throttle will be cut and the brakes will be applied a bit harder. But this is a great new way of driving. Let's take a quick look at the brake system. So we continue with the Brembo front and rear brakes as with our current lineup models. A new brake fluid reservoir is located under the right hand side service panel. New low pressure switch and brake light switch mounting positions, but using the same front and rear calipers and master cylinder as their current lineup. The parking brake is electromechanical. The activation button is on the left handlebar control, so you push up to apply the parking brake and you push down to release the parking brake. The front suspension uses double A-arm with anti-roll bar, and all F3 models will have the Fox Podium aluminum shocks. As for the rear suspension, a new swing arm with Satch monoshock. The front suspension and direction geometry are the same as the RS in comparison to its width. The rear suspension has a new tubular swing arm with a new rear fender. You will notice that the parking brake cable runs through the swing arm on the right hand side. The steering system has a new subassembly. Handlebar, key position, everything is new. No heated grips will be installed from factory. These will remain a pack option. The steering column has one new joint, which offers less flex and a more direct feel of the road. The DPS calibration is also new. As for the handlebar controls and the electronic throttle control, those are the same as on the lineup models. Take note that the front tire pressure is 15 psi plus or minus 2, and the rear tire pressure remains unchanged at 28. You will also notice that the rear wheel is a monoblock. Let's take a look at the frame. It has a new top portion and a new bolt-on tail section. As for the bottom and the front portion, it remains the same as the lineup models. This new frame is 40% stiffer than the existing models. The new tubular swing arm is also more rigid and offers a unique styling. The Spyder F3 also has a new front end. It is not removable as an assembly, as it incorporates the whole cooling system. The inner bin has to be removed to access the fuse box and the battery. The front grille can also be removed to clean the air duct. The hood opening is mechanical using the ignition switch. No electrical actuator is used. You will notice that the front hood has scissor type hinges. Of course, all body parts are new except for the front fenders, which are like the RS, ST, and RT models in the base or the S models. It is easy to access components on the Spyder S3 with 3 quick and easy to remove service panels located on the left and right hand side, and when you lift the hood there is an access panel in the front. With the new upper console, it is a sub-assembly that can be removed like on the RT when we want to access components underneath. The mirrors have new aluminum arms and use the RS turn signal. The foot pegs are a new system. The driver has the possibility to have the foot pegs adjusted in 5 different positions. The brake pedal has a new rocker system. As mentioned before, the brake light switch and the low pressure switch also have a different arrangement. The Spyder F3 also has a new driver and passenger seats. The passenger seat can be removed using the ignition switch to access the toolkit, the owner's guide, and a 12-volt plug. The tail section is a new sub-assembly which can be removed from the main frame. The pillion rider switch is attached to the frame, therefore when you remove the passenger seat and put the monoseat cowl, it doesn't affect the pillion rider switch. We also have new passenger handles and a 12-volt accessory plug which is ready to connect under the seat. The exclusive Spyder F3 U-Fit system lets you precisely position the pegs according to your height in 5 positions. Choose the handlebar based on your preferred riding style. 4 bar options include the stock bar. In order to truly customize your riding experience, you can take somebody that is 6'1" and comfortably position him on the vehicle. With the 5 foot peg positions and the 4 handlebar options, the Spyder F3 can be truly customized to adapt to any type of rider. For 2015, the Spyders will be delivered in the new Eco Crate. Consult your Service Bulletin 2015-1 for all the details. The advantages of using the Eco Crate decrease the dealer costs relating to the packaging by reducing the risk of damaging the vehicle while removing it from the crate, reducing the dealer labor involved to open the crate and take it apart, and then reducing also the cost of its disposal. Good news for the Spyder F3 PDI. It'll be fast and easy at approximately 1.7 hours. The installation of the front fenders and the wheels before doing the PDI checklist is all it takes to get this vehicle on the road. With the ease of maintenance of the 1330 engine, the Spyder F3 will spend more time on the road. With its first inspection at 3,000 miles, and then every oil change after that, necessary at 9,300 miles, there are no valve adjustments on the 1330 engine. As for the transmission, filter, engine coolant, and spark plugs, those are required at 28,000 miles. Along with the ease of maintenance of the engine, the vehicle is also easy to service. We have done an approximate time to do each service interval, taking into account the 30% buffer required for vehicle manipulation, taking breaks, and cleaning up the shop after. So the first inspection would take 1.25 hours, and then the maintenance at every 9,300 miles or 1 year is 1.5 hours, and also for the maintenance of 18,300 miles. If you want to replace the brake fluid every 2 years, you add an hour. There's a new procedure in the shop manual to help make this go quicker. Then the maintenance at every 28,000 miles is at 3 hours. And if every 5 years you want to replace the fuel filter, since you're already accessing in that area, and the coolant replacement, you add half an hour for all that time. Now let's take a look at the full lineup of Spyder F3s available. So first we have the Spyder F3 base model in pearl white, and we have a base model in steel black metallic. The Spyder F3 S package includes cruise control, machine deep black high gloss 6-spoke front wheels, deep black high gloss rear wheel, refined front fender with color matched Mohawk and LED lights, black suede and red stitching seats, and the S package trim. The Spyder F3S models are offered in pearl white with Can-Am red frame, in pure magnesium metallic with Can-Am red frame also, Can-Am red solid gloss with black frame, and a steel black metallic with chrome accents. Thank you for taking the time to view this technical presentation. The Spyder F3 model will be a great addition to the Roadster family.